Follow,
like,
comment.
subscribe.
Welcome.
Who does this say back to? Welcome.
Back to
We could
care less.
I was too flat. Oh my god. Welcome back to We Could Care Less.
A podcast where we talk about things we probably should care less about, but we don't.
I'm Veronica.
And I'm Erin.
And oh my gosh, we're finally finishing up the fourth season of
Thank
Secret Lives.
goodness. I think everyone is ready to stop talking about this for a little while. So a really slow week in reality TV.
So boring.
Yeah, not a lot going on. We
Nothing
can't really,
at all.
not a ton to cover. Not a ton to cover.
Okay,
right.
let's pull the list out real quick. Let's pull the list out.
We have a list.
Did you hear the Bachelorette got canceled?
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Crazy stuff, dude.
I had no idea. Well, big surprise. The chaos caught up to them.
I can't believe it got canceled.
It seems like maybe this was a problem that could have been avoided, but it wasn't. I don't think we have a lot to say.
I was going to say, I feel like that's all we have to say on that.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have avoided this situation and could have seen this coming.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's just like endless speculations. Everyone's talking about it. It doesn't need any more attention than it's getting, I think.
All I will say is they chose, quote unquote, good TV over responsible TV.
Yeah, just
Let's
over
be real.
like human life, honestly.
Yeah. Yep. And that's all we'll say on that.
Yeah.
But the next and juiciest thing I will say is Jordan and Jesse.
Jordan and Jesse getting divorced. Jordan filing for divorce.
I saw a thing today that said he just so happened to get to the courts first. Like, I guess Jesse initiated it last week, but he was just quicker with it and was like, I need to go and file. And now he put a clause in there because she already had call her daddy supposedly lined up for next week to tell her side of the story. And because he got to the courts first, he allegedly put in there that she can't do any press tours, any podcast tours talking about their relationship. Like, that's a clause in there. But I guess Jesse hasn't signed it yet.
Yeah, I was going to say she would have to, like, agree to that somehow.
Exactly. So she hasn't signed it yet. And obviously she's going to have some great lawyers that are going to help her get around that.
Jesse, if I were you, I would lose money to be able to speak your truth.
Exactly. So also...
Personally.
Call Her Daddy will be on next week, or she'll be on Call Her Daddy next week, so we'll have to talk about that. Oh, yeah,
we gotta talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Actually, something that popped up for me in the episode, which is really funny, we'll touch on it a little bit when we get there, but since we're talking about it, I'll talk about it now. I wonder if Jordan and Jesse are pals.
If they're friends.
Yeah.
Do you think...
Like, this is gonna sound crazy. This is, like, such an out-of-pocket guess. But... I wonder, just because kind of season 3 going into season 4, they really, like, pumped up their spotlight on the show. You know, like, kidding. We all of a sudden started seeing a lot more Jesse. We started seeing a lot more Jordan. Mm-hmm. And it was all centered around their issues within their marriage, right? And then we kind of got to the end, and it was like, Jesse, leave him, you know? And then we got basically very similar things through this season. But then all of a sudden, episode 9 of 10 episodes, Jesse is going through her prenup on TV with her dad, spilling details that I know Jesse is smart enough to not spill on TV for your husband to find. Like, I know you know that you should not say that your prenup is potentially void.
Exactly.
I know you know that. And I know you shouldn't say divorcing Jordan would be harder than staying married to him.
And coincidence that they got divorced exactly a week after that season came out?
I think it's weird.
I think it's a little weird, and I think it does mean that they've started filming again.
Oh, that's very fair.
I think that means they've started filming again because obviously she already has the Call Her Daddy lined up. Or maybe they decided to do it when they stopped filming so it would be easier. Who knows? But
hopefully this doesn't mean that dad talk is just as involved in season 5 as they were with season 4.
Well, You know what I think it is, though? Didn't you hear this, too? I think I sent you it. It was either on Dumois or something, but Jesse's family, they want to get a reality show going with the Drapers. And so that's why she wanted to change her name back. But I also feel like she knew she was getting a divorce, too. So that might be a reason. But it's something about the Draper, something like that. And then it's because, you know, the mom works at the salon and her sisters are interesting as well. And,
Wow,
you know,
do you think she's salty about our desire for
Whitney?
Love it or leave it?
Well, here's the thing is like Whitney said, just because like that doesn't steal Jesse's dream, I think Jesse should also have a show.
I would watch both. I got the time.
I would definitely watch both, and we'll be right here on our asses fucking reviewing it for you guys.
100%.
So I think they both could have a show.
Interesting. I also do wonder what the whole deal is with her dancing with Sasha.
I need her on Dancing with the Stars.
I would love it.
I need her on Dancing with the Stars.
I fear from the clip we would not see a lot of Jesse on Dancing with the Stars.
I know. I feel like it would not be very long-winded, but
I would love to see her there.
I need my girl Jessie there.
There's something wonderful about loving the people who are not trained coordinated dancers.
Exactly.
You know?
It's about the grit and determination in my mind, and that's why some people on Dancing with the Stars are so inspirational. Because they have the grit to go from not to hot. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad we were on the same wavelength right there.
Woo!
But not to move on from this lovely, delicious topic because I just could go
me
all
too.
day. I could go on all day. We learned Michaela moved out of state this week as well. Here's the thing with having a reality show about social media stars is we're going to learn about stuff in real time. So, yeah, obviously.
Yep. In California, I think a lot of people are going to speculate about her and Jace's relationship because of it. Mm-hmm. But one, they were already separated. When TMZ or whoever, I don't remember who leaked that they were basically divorced.
Well, it was actually the day that season 4 came out, so I think people just watched the show and saw that they separated, and then that's when they posted those things about them being separated.
And Michaela came out and was like, we're not broken up, you know. And so I do think probably she's just there for research into her condition.
Her chronic illness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And how you said earlier that it's probably just for the warm weather.
Yeah, she's just allergic to Utah or something.
And it's a dry heat as well in California, isn't it? Not super humid. Yeah. Maybe it is by the beach.
So I don't know. If she goes and this clears up, I hope that you guys move and are happy forever.
I know. I'm really rooting for you guys, kind of. But anyways, that's kind of wrapping up all of our hot topics of the week.
Ooh.
What?
We could hype up our girl Whitney a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Whitney, do you want to?
Yep. Highest grossing week in Chicago on Broadway's history, right?
Yeah, 29 years since it's been out, or the second run, or whatever.
That's pretty impressive because they also pull, stars to be Roxy a lot.
All the time.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of their shtick, right?
Remember Ariana Madix after Dancing with the Stars?
Yep, Ariana Madix.
Lisa Rinna has also been Roxy.
I think Pamela Anderson has maybe been Roxy. Is that right?
Can we find that slime tutorial?
I'm Googling it. Oh, that would be amazing.
We need to find that slime tutorial.
Oh, look. List of famous Roxy Hearts. Brooke Shields. Melanie Griffith. Lisa Rinna. Ashley Simpson. Michelle Williams. Brandy.
Holy shit!
Rumor Willis. Pamela Anderson.
Oh my
Ariana
gosh.
Madix. Angelica Ross. Erica Jane. And then Ashley Graham, the model.
Oh, I love Ashley Graham. Oh, my queen, Ashley Graham. We love her.
But yeah, so.
Cool.
Huge names.
And in 29 years, Whitney. Goddamn love it.
That
Whitney,
is incredible.
Motherfucking love it, dude. So episode 9.
Okay, episode 9. Let's get into it. Okay.
I have, starting out, the moms talk about telling Taylor about Shania.
Yes.
Because they all found out at that country music festival thing.
What do you think? Do you think they should tell her?
That's a really hard question because it's so layered. You have to think about so many different things. She's going on The Bachelorette.
Yes.
Taylor, you also don't know, Dakota. You don't know where she's at with Dakota.
Unpredictable situation.
Taylor is a very volatile. One little thing will set her off. And she's about to go on The Bachelorette. Personally, I would because I would not be able to keep a secret like that.
Well,
and I feel
yeah.
bad. I feel bad. And also, she's about to go and have a little fun on this Bachelorette dating show. It's like, this will be the kind of final nail in the coffin for Dakota, where she'll completely be like, okay, I'm done with him. So you would think. So you would think. So, I think I would tell her before the Bachelorette.
I think I would tell her as well. Also, because you see what she did to Miranda when Miranda didn't tell her.
Yeah. So, how long have you... I'm going to ask you one time.
How long have you known?
Erin, I'm so sorry. If you called me and said that, I would literally laugh because I'd be like,
what?
I'd be like, Erin, are you okay? What's going on?
I can't imagine. I mean, we just are never in situations that serious.
Yeah. Also, I don't think we could hide things from each other if we wanted to.
This show is interesting to me because my life is so unbelievably boring compared to this.
It's like, oh my gosh, these people have so much
excitement
going on.
It is exciting.
Yeah, but that happened, so she doesn't know yet, so that's a little bit later. So right now we're cutting to Taylor and her mom talk about how Taylor is going on the Bachelorette, and then she brings up how out of everybody in the world they picked me. And then, so at this point she doesn't know yet.
Okay.
Then it cuts to Jen and Zach talking about Whitney and their strained relationship, but we will get to the Taylor stuff eventually.
Okay, good. So are we moving on to Jen and Zach then?
Yeah.
I think the most heated I was this entire season was this Dancing with the Stars drama. That it bothers me when Jen is always telling Whitney to respect her, to be nice to her, and then when Whitney is, for some reason, Jen is like, but it's fake.
Yes.
Don't be fake to me. And that bothers me so much. Like, what do you want then?
If you can't, yeah. And I feel like that's why she gets so mad at the end of the episode, is because it's just like, what do you want from me? Like, it's so contradictory. She wants to be mad so bad. Mm-hmm. Like, she has this, and it's all just because she's jealous at the end of the day. Jen, I really love you, want the best for you. But I'm just like, you need to not be so, like, just forgive. You don't have to be so jealous and, I don't know, it just comes out as her being angry over nothing, wanting to be angry.
And it also comes out, like, a bit manipulative.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we'll see her when she sends Zach, and the calmness she has when she just kind of, like...
Deflects.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So... what are her and Zach talking about,
So they're at dinner. They were just talking about how Whitney and her haven't really been getting along, and ever since the reunion, there's just been things that she hasn't been able to get over. And so I think here he's just like, maybe you should talk to her about it, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I think that's what this whole thing is. Then it cuts to Connor and Whitney talking about pretty much the same thing, where it's like Jen and her are not vibing, obviously, like just what Jen and Zach were talking about, but from their point of view. And so then they're talking about Jen's jealousy over Chicago.
Yes.
And how she didn't say anything to her. So I must have not written down when they talked about that in the trailer. Because obviously at one point they talked in the trailer and Jen goes, I already knew about that. That you got the role. And she's like, oh, well, I was thinking you would say congratulations to me. Obviously we all watched this. But, so then that's when Whitney brings up to Connor, like, hey, I just don't understand why she didn't say anything if she knew about it. Yada, yada. So, did you have anything on that?
I have a note, and I'm trying to figure out what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, one, I said, so Jen decided ahead of time that she wasn't going to give Whitney a chance. Mm-hmm. Like, this entire time. Like, she went into it being like, okay, me and Whitney are enemies, and so this entire time with her is me getting through it with her. Mm-hmm. And what she did was she made Whitney feel like that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas, like, Whitney was like, okay, we clearly aren't close. We clearly don't like each other.
Yep.
But, like, when I see you, I'm still gonna, like, have the same personality I would with any person.
Exactly.
Because that's what nice people do. It's not fake. It's being nice.
Yeah.
You know, you move on from your beef.
And you
don't
just
be friends.
get over it. Yeah. Just accept the fact you're not going to be friends.
And you be the same to them. Mm-hmm. It is.
But it's just Jen choosing to be angry.
Yes, exactly.
And that's how it comes off. Is like
she went into it fully deciding that that's how she was going to be.
100%.
And then I wrote, Whitney cares about people too much, and that's why she was insufferable. I'm sure I'm talking about season 1 Whitney here. And
Wait, say that again.
Oh,
say that again.
I think I'm talking about their arc here.
Okay. Start over.
So Whitney cared too much about what people thought, and that's why she was insufferable.
In season 1.
Mm-hmm. And now what she has done is she has been like, you know what, this can be my jumping off point. I was like, I'm gonna like lift myself up. I'm gonna like pull myself out of this. You know, I don't care what if people have called me the villain. I don't care if people call me greedy for going after this stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, she has gone from caring what people think
way too much
to
now just doing her own thing.
Letting her inner voice live her life, which is incredible.
I think it just shows how freeing it is when you stop really caring about what people think of you, about people thinking you're cringe, about people thinking 100%. You're embarrassing. You literally start living a whole new life when you stop caring.
And look at how she has succeeded because of that. Opportunities have flooded to her.
Absolutely. It's just the matter of pursuing what you want and not really caring what anyone else thinks because it's your life.
100%.
They're not living your life.
The other side to my point here is that Jen has done the opposite.
Interesting.
Is that, like, season 1 Jen went from, like, I don't care if you think I'm too Mormon. I don't care if you think it's weird that my husband doesn't like me going to Chippendales. Like, even if we have opinions of that.
Yeah.
She did not care what people thought of her.
No.
Season 1 Jen was, like, so confident. And then go back to season 4 Jen. We've kind of flip-flopped there. Where it really seems like she is caring what people think.
Majorly.
And that makes me really sad.
Yeah.
That's not the direction we want to be heading.
I want her to live her life.
She needs to live her life for herself. And that's
no one else.
This can also play into our a point that we make a lot, that we just wish that she would have been given the opportunity to do Dancing with the Stars, not basically 6 weeks postpartum.
And maybe this season after, not against Whitney.
Correct. Because I also cannot imagine being postpartum physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the heck? You're talking about, like, postpartum depression era stuff here. And she's on Dancing with the Stars and doing all of this. Like, I find that interesting that all of a sudden she has this almost personality shift of caring what everybody thinks, being so down on herself, and, like, being angry at her friends who are trying to, like, mend things. And it's an interesting time.
Yes.
That it's right after having an insane hormone event in your life.
That's so true. Jen had this whole thing where she said to Whitney, "You stole my dream," type thing. Like, you knew this was my dream. It's not Whitney's fault that the producer fucked around. The producers were like, "Hey, let's make this a fun game and hurt people's feelings," and had the both of you all in the same season. Like, it's not Whitney's fault that she was on the same season as you. So that's why it's like she's choosing to be angry about something at Whitney when she's directing her anger towards the wrong place and the wrong people. And I just think she should have been given the next season when she's not, like you said, 6 weeks postpartum.
If you saw my face change, I just, like, all of a sudden was re-hit with my anger at Hulu.
Yeah.
Of just, like, oh, wait, you mean we are supporting kind of toxic environments and, you know, potentially high-stress situations? You mean we're leaning into that? I can't believe it.
Shame on you, Hulu. Shame on you.
Yeah, we're a little mad.
Especially over The Bachelorette being canceled. You know, I totally get why, but this was your job to kind of weigh out the odds earlier.
You could have sussed it out, and you could have seen that after last season, people were already fed up.
Yeah. It's just not a good look.
It's not a good look.
And you know what's funny is that Disney owns ABC, so this is like Disney. So that literally means that Mickey Mouse picked Taylor Frankie Paul to be the Bachelorette. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, that damn mouse. That's crazy. People are asking whose fault it is. Who to point it at. Little do they know. He's gonna have to sell his clubhouse after this.
He sure is. He lost all the money.
Okay.
Ooh, are we into now Jesse talking about the divorce?
Yes, and how Jordan calls her selfish for wanting to change her last name.
I cannot with this.
What is going on? I can't with Jordan so much. I could go on and on.
Hey, wait, am I not understanding? Is her name not Jesse Draper right now?
No, so it's Jesse Ngati Kara or whatever his last name is.
Yeah. Don't keep that name.
Yeah.
Jesse Draper sounds way better.
And she said it's more recognizable. Like, she said I was at this, she was at some event, and they announced her name, like, Jesse Nasty Kara, or something like that. She said that to him, and then he gets, like, all butthurt, and she's like, yeah, I was thinking about just changing it back to Draper, you know, because it's more recognizable, easier to say. And he's just like, well, I just think that's really selfish if you do that. And it's like...
How?
How is that selfish to anyone?
It's a name. Maybe it's selfish of you for imposing on her business ventures with your big ass name.
And you want half of them, obviously. So, Jesus.
Let's see. Oh, my note here is, why do I feel like Jordan and Jesse plotted to get a season 5 storyline?
That's what I'm saying. I think they're getting their own show. And I literally just have a note that says he's such a dick.
Period.
That's so funny. But I swear they're getting their own show, and that's why they're...
Scared to divorce him probably means you should divorce him.
That probably means it. Yeah. I think that's like the one test, you know? And then it's cuts to Jace, and he FaceTimes Connor. And he kind of breaks down. He kind of breaks down, and...
I love a vulnerable moment between two men. So much.
So much. And it was so good. I think it really destigmatizes, too, to the husbands of the women watching the show. But you can be like that with your guy friends.
Well, and you know what's, like, really great is that was emotion in a controlled, healthy manner. Exactly. You know? These men don't have a problem having high emotions.
No.
They are too emotional. These men are 1,000 times more emotional than their wives.
Mic drop.
But Connor and Jace in this moment were able to be emotional in a very healthy way.
Exactly. It'd be like me FaceTiming you when in one of my many mental breakdowns.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, that's just...
I saw someone being like, I really think Connor missed a career in like therapy or being like a counselor.
Oh my God, he really did.
Yeah, he would have been really great.
He would have been the best counselor.
And you know what? He still does it. He still gets to provide advice to those lucky enough to be in his circle, right?
He gets to do it through magic now.
Wow.
I was holding that one in.
You know what? He is magic himself.
He is literally magic embodied. Then Taylor calls Miranda and hits her with that, I'm only going to ask you once, how long have you known? Now, Erin, if I called you and said that, what would your genuine response be? Can we, like, do this, like, a little skit right now? Okay, I'm only going to ask you once, how long have you known? Not even giving you any context.
I think I would literally say, do you know who you called?
Dead ass. I don't think I would ever talk to you like that.
Hello? I was taking a nap.
Yeah. What did I miss? I feel like you would literally be like, what did I miss?
Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah. Did you mean to call
I haven't
Trey
left the house in 10 days. The only people I've talked to are you and Ben for the last week.
I would never talk to you like that. You just have to hit me with the wrong number and then hang up or something.
What would you do? Oh, you said earlier you would just simply laugh.
I would literally laugh. I'd be like, Erin, are you okay? Like, I would literally be shocked. I think I would kind of hit you with the same, like, wrong number.
Why does Taylor hit me with lines that I have only heard in movies?
Yes.
How long have you known?
Like, how long have you known? You've been lying to me.
Maybe this is just back to our vanilla-ass lives.
I swear.
And that we've never been in situations where someone's going to yell that at us.
Yeah, thank God.
Bless up, you know?
I literally think that being in an environment like that takes years off your life. Anyways. Okay. So then they're at the Sinner Sunday event, yada yada, and who shows up other than Shania to the Sinner Sunday event? And they're on the phone with Taylor, and they tell her about Jenna, and then as they're telling her about Jenna, Shania walks in. And I literally put, is Shania sleeping with Dakota so she can be on the show?
Yes.
That's 1,000,000% what that is right there.
I have just a note for girls.
All the girls out there.
Just girls out there. If you were at a table with other women and you were talking about the guy that you are in a new relationship with that you actually don't have a lot of firsthand experience with, and they are telling you stories that they know firsthand about him, and you're kind of trying to combat them, and they are throwing it right back, have evidence to prove that what he's telling you is not true, and some of your reasoning is literally like, I just can't believe somebody would be that mean. That does not mean he's not.
That was so irritating.
My God.
That was so irritating.
But just girls, if this entire group of women
who know this man
are telling you that he's a red flag, believe them.
Believe them, please.
They are not all out to get you.
No.
They are actually all trying to help you.
Oh my gosh. I need everyone to hear that.
That was so frustrating.
That was so annoying. And then they go into the bathroom and she's like, but I like him. Oh my God. That made me so mad. And it's like, how old are you? How old are you? Too grown to be acting like that.
Don't do that to yourself,
Don't do that to yourself on national television.
And then those are the things that just make me think, like, do you just want a storyline on this show?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, she's just like, what if I had a little bit of drama here?
Yep.
I think that's 1,000,000%.
But here's the deal, okay? Dakota is only on the show because of Taylor.
Yes.
And guess what?
And no one wants him on the show.
Nobody wants him on the show, and you know what? Probably Taylor. Probably not going to be on the show anymore.
I don't really want Taylor on the show.
So there's simply no point.
Yeah, I just think there's no...
You know what? Jordan's going to be dating her next season.
We're calling this right now. We need to clip this right now.
Jordan is going to be dating Shania next season.
We are calling that right now. But did you notice all of the Diet Coke cans on the table?
No, but I completely believe you.
There was like 30 on the table. It was insane.
Dang!
Like 30.
They were fucking tossing it back.
Someone doesn't drink.
I hope they Ubered home.
Me too. They went crazy that night.
That is far too many.
We're gonna be hungover tomorrow. Yeah, jeez. So, yeah, I just, always wondered if Shania wants to get on the show. It's pretty freaking obvious. But then Miranda was talking about choosing between Shania and Taylor. And in her talking head at that moment, she said that she was honestly leaning more towards Shania. Because Taylor had done her journey in the past. And
Taylor has re-traumatized her, I think, 2 times this season.
Yeah, exactly.
1, screaming at her on the phone, how long did you know? And 2...
with Chase.
Yep. Somehow the little coffee meetup turning into dinner
was unmentioned to Miranda.
Yep.
But yeah, then after that, not to just completely
I don't want Shania on the show necessarily.
No.
But I do think that she's probably a better friend for Michaela.
Than Taylor. Abso-frickin-lutely. You know what T.I. heard today? We can decide if we want to cut this out or not, but I heard that next season we will see that Shania, Chase, and this girl from some Netflix show, she was also on like Love Island or something, had a threesome together. Yeah.
T. If we are like kind of dissecting now, going back and looking at maybe the moments that production really was pushing people's mental health a little too much. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the fact that maybe Taylor was told to call at this specific time because she was going to be around all of these, like they wanted to get a speakerphone call of Taylor with the girls while also knowing that they were going to send in Shania.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. These are just the things that I'm like,
no, you're
how
totally
many little
right.
like fucked up plays were they tossing in
that
just like have made this woman spiral?
I totally think that's what that was. 1,000,000%.
Like all of that just seemed, none of that was real. How does that situation
all of that
pan
was
out?
Set up by producers 1,000,000%. You know what happens next?
Oh god.
It shows Michaela and Jace separating.
Oh. I mean, this seemed mature and nice, right?
It did. I really appreciated it for what it was, know? I thought that it was really sad, but I think it needed to be done because I think you could just tell Michaela was kind of in fight or flight. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like she just needs to have a place where she can just be by herself.
Yeah, and doesn't feel like she has any expectations of her or anything like that.
I know she loves her kids 1,000,000%, but I almost wish, like, it's really sad knowing, though, that she never really got to be an adult without kids.
Yeah.
So she just kind of,
Yeah,
it's like, at least when you can be an adult without kids, you kind of discover who you are first, and, like, you don't have to, because having a kid has to be very fight or flight inducing.
Yeah.
Because you're like lacking sleep. You're, constantly just worried about their needs, which like obviously you have to be. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me, so I just really wish that hopefully this will be her kind of experience of.
Well, and like, when is your frontal lobe even developed,
yeah,
right?
not till you're like 25.
So hers got developed like 2 years ago? How old is she?
She's my age. She's 24, 25.
She's 24. Wow.
Her frontal lobe is like just finishing development.
At 3 kids.
I am the same age as Michaela and I have 0 children, so I cannot imagine having. She has 4 kids.
I mean, that really is just Mormon culture, huh?
They have 4 kids.
They have 4 kids.
The one that they just had was their 4th. They have a boy, 2 girls, and then their baby, so another girl. Yeah.
Lottie? I think that's
Lottie.
like the cutest
I thought that was
name
really
ever.
cute too. I do like that name. But yeah, so kind of heartfelt and
Yeah, I love Michaela.
Me too. I really do like Michaela.
She actively was less of a mean girl
this season. Because at the beginning of this recap, I feel like we were more, or in our pyramid.
Oh, we have to do our pyramid?
We have to do our pyramid at the end of this. So you guys will see what our pyramid changes to after this season. But, I'm so excited for that. But I literally put in here, Erin and I are so Michaela and Macy coded. That's so funny.
We are Michaela and Macy coded.
The way that they like constantly talk and they're always just like, hey, if they like need an opinion on something, they'll just like text Michaela really quick or whatever.
Who's who?
I'd be Michaela. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay. I kind of feel like
I think so. You kind of give Michaela vibes. Like,
yeah?
I don't know. You kind of look like Michaela too, now that you say that.
Oh, thank you. Hey, comment down below. Who's Michaela? Who's Macy? I think we kind of have it sorted out in our minds already, but you let us know. So,
what are the vibes?
I'm glad Michaela's taking time for herself. And then after that, they go right into the title shoot where everyone is there, and that's the first time they're seeing each other since shit hit the fan.
Oh, yeah.
Since shit hit the fan, first time seeing each other. And so she was telling everyone there, Dakota only did this to stop me from going on the Bachelorette. Like sleeping with Shania and stuff. What do you think about that? Do you think he did only do that to stop her?
I think that it's very interesting that the video got leaked right before the show aired. I don't think that she should have ever been the Bachelorette in the first place.
Same. I don't think she should have been.
That timing is crazy, and I did see like that ex-producer of the show say that 100% if the show or if that video didn't come out, the show would be airing tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I don't know. I think it is, and, we're kind of the mindset that neither are innocent. I think it's very interesting that video was leaked days before. And
the only person who could have sent that video was Dakota's lawyers. Or Dakota himself. Yep. Allegedly. But
so that's an interesting
So let's
tidbit.
Just think about who
her
sold it
saying
to TMZ
that
3 days before. So it honestly does make sense.
Her saying that is very interesting.
But I just don't, I feel like it's more, you can't contribute to malice what can be contributed to incompetence. And I think that that's like one of my favorite lines, but literally, I think Dakota is just he thought with his other head, and Shania was available, whatever, and flirting with him, and so they hooked up. But I do think he has done other things to stop her from going on The Bachelorette. That instance, I don't think that was the motivator.
We know he'd be fucking around, right? So
yeah. Absolutely, and that's so
that just might be like typical behavior.
And also, let's not forget that this is after she brought Harry around him, so he's probably thinking
double standard.
He's probably thinking, okay, I can move on. She's moved on with Harry, whatever.
Ooh, I'm glad we are moving on from them.
Same. Oh my gosh, I really hope we don't have to see any more Dakota. I don't want to see any more Dakota on my screen or Taylor. Honestly, I'm sorry.
Dakota shouldn't have been on the show since they broke up in the first place.
Yeah, why are you even there?
I don't know.
That's like when Michaela was like, our husbands are here because our babies are here and they're taking care of our babies. But Dakota's kid isn't there. Why was he there?
Correct.
He was the only dad there without a kid. But, so she's kind of telling them all of this while they're at that title shoot, and, Jen.
Those poor wardrobe people were probably like.
And makeup people, hair people, they're all just like, what the.
Oh my God.
And imagine, them being, they wouldn't be able to spread it to anyone, whoever they
Yeah,
tell.
they all have to sign NDAs, I bet.
Yeah. So, now they could talk about it, though, which is hilarious. But, I also wrote down after that, Jen has no reaction to Whitney saying that she got Chicago, because that's when Whitney tells the whole room that she got Chicago. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she's just like...
This is, like, where it really occurred to me that Jen was using her calmness, like, as a manipulation tactic.
To be mad for no reason.
Well, and to end up making Whitney look a little crazy, right? Because, like...
Interesting.
If you keep yourself calm, you know, in situations where you are actually fueling the fire.
Yeah.
And you stay back and stay calm. And she does this. And then something happens that makes the other person blow up, like Whitney did. Like, that was calculated.
Yeah.
Because then Jen got to say, you see me right now?
I'm being
you
calm.
You see how I'm being calm and what you're doing? Yeah. That's because you planned that.
Dude.
That's because you planned to be calm.
So... Now, this is the part where Jessie says to everyone that her prenup could be void.
Oh, yeah. And
this
is when she...
So this is before Jen and Whitney even get into it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But... Okay. Yeah, and then...
But she was still playing the game there, is my point. Like, that's her laying the seeds.
Yeah.
Of her not reacting to her getting Chicago. You know?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That is her still, like, going back and not having any reaction. That reaction is getting clocked in... Whitney, that no reaction is hurting her. That is another block to the puzzle that is going to make her blow up.
That's funny, huh? I get it. That's crazy.
She was manipulating her.
She is, and then, yeah, later on, like you said, it'll come back. But, yeah, so then we see Jessie, like, talk to her dad about the prenup, too, and because he's her business partner and all this stuff.
I didn't like when Jessie was like, Dad... Being married to Jordan is really hard, but I'm scared divorcing him will be even harder. And her dad's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
like, please encourage it, please.
We're not an advice giver, are we?
No. He's just like, whatever you want, sweetheart. But
Jessie's smart, that's fine.
Then it shows Whitney kind of, because Jessie goes into the other room to kind of have a cry, and then it just kind of leaves Jessie and Whitney on their own little corner. And they bring up the fact, Whitney brings up the fact that Jen never said congratulations or whatever, but when she found out.
Yep.
And their whole thing there, like, Whitney really seemed in the right to me. I don't know how people, like you said earlier, Jen does this thing where she, like, moseys around the root of the problem. So then we're at episode 10 now. And this one I don't have as many notes on because I was running, so when I watched it. So you might have to fill me in a little bit. But the first thing I wrote down...
I have...
No, keep going.
I have a nice thing to say about Jen.
What?
And since I have a nice thing to say about Jen, I want to say it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jen was saying, this must have been when she got eliminated. Did she get eliminated in episode 9 or top of 10?
It was the top of 10.
Okay,
so when we find out, because I remember being at the gym when they announced that Jen had already been.
Okay, then yes, I am right at the top of 10.
Okay.
And so she's in bed with Zach, right? And they're talking about how I'm remembering now. The credits are going and everything. Okay. They're in bed and she's very upset. And she's talking about how, you know, like, she desperately wanted to win. She wanted to win for her kids. She loved looking over and seeing her kids.
Yes.
And my note here is, Jen was never going to win.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of incredible people on that season.
She was never going to win. And that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the memory that her kid has is not that by any means.
Like, her kid will always say, my mom was on Dancing with the Stars.
Correct.
You don't have to say, my mom won Dancing with the Stars. You can brag by just saying that they were on the show.
That girl standing there and watching her mom do that is going to live with her forever. And her not doing 3 more dances after that couldn't matter less.
That's so true. So, Jen, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, just know that your kid probably thinks you're the coolest person on earth. So, no matter what place you got, because you still went out there, she saw you work hard, which I think is even more important than you winning it, is like, she saw that you were trying as hard as you possibly could.
And also, you showed her getting over it with grace, I'm sure, you know?
Hopefully. I don't know. Based on how they were talking, it seemed like, obviously it was not taken well, which I understand because you want to win it, and you're very competitive, but...
I, too, would be very, very sad.
Yeah, me too.
But anyways, your kid loves you and is very proud of you, and that's a core memory for sure.
So after that, does it go to Layla and them talking, or does it go right to Zach and Whitney?
Layla.
Okay.
Yep.
So we can still talk about the Zach and Jen, because then that's when Jen and Zach are talking about Zach potentially going.
Bullshit. I hated that so much.
That was so stupid. Like, talking to Whitney himself, I just couldn't with that.
Horrible choice. Very disrespectful to the situation. You want to know how you don't repair or move on from a friendship? Not showing up in person at all.
Exactly. Like, how about you go and talk to her?
You want to know how you look like a coward? You do that.
And also, it's just kind of disrespectful.
It's really disrespectful.
It's like, you're telling me that you don't respect my time enough to come yourself. You're going to send your husband to do it. I don't know.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that one bit.
And then we get to Layla talking to her friends. She got a no from the modeling agency. Very sad. Mm-hmm. You get a lot of no's before you get a yes. Yeah, that's what I've always been told.
Absolutely. I did see people being like, why didn't she bring a book or anything? You know, to them, it's like, if you want to be a model and stuff, and every person that goes, like, brings their whatever. But who's to say we just didn't see it, you know?
Yeah.
But
I thought that one of Layla's friends was, like, low-key kind of toxic in this.
Was it Latia?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So Layla is kind of describing that, like, her having kids really blew up this new body dysmorphia sort of shit she's going through, right? And the only point her friend basically says is, like, look in the mirror.
At least you have a mirror, girl.
At least you have a mirror.
You can just look in the mirror.
That is, like, the most dismissive comment
you could ever say to someone with body dysmorphia.
That's insane.
It's like, yeah, that's kind of what
just body
dysmorphia is me looking in the mirror and thinking I look fat when I don't look fat.
Correct.
Like, that's kind of what body dysmorphia is.
Correct. If anyone told me that, I would say, correct, that's the problem.
And did you see Layla's face when she said that? Mm-hmm. She was like, yeah.
Yeah, you're so right.
I'm so glad I didn't just think about that. I should have thought about that one earlier. But yeah, and then does it show them at the spa next, or is that later? When it's Miranda and Jesse and Layla?
That must be later.
Okay. That's my first note of the episode.
I now go right into sending Zach was so disrespectful.
Absolutely.
It was their friendship, not theirs. Whew.
That was just crazy to me.
I loved Connor's reaction. I thought Connor's reaction
afterwards when she called him,
was like the exact level of, like, supportive and also outrage that you want from, like, a husband in that situation.
1,000,000%.
You know, like, you don't want somebody just being like, no, it's okay. Don't let it get to you.
Just let it go.
You want some of that, like, support. Like, you want to feel your rock, but you also want them to feel mad.
To be angry for you.
Yes. Absolutely. You want to be like, I want to feel validated by the fact that you are also mad.
Yeah.
And Connor was mad.
He ate with that nothing, or he said, my biggest pet peeve is men making a woman feel small. I was like, wow, that's so period.
Well, I do.
Yeah, and that was so, and he's like, that's not okay. And I just was like, wow, Connor's really incredible. We love Connor.
And you know what's funny? Is if Whitney and Connor had that same conversation that Jen and Zach did, I guarantee you Connor would go, no, me going is not the right decision.
Exactly. He'd be like, you have to do this yourself, Whitney. I'm not going to be able to do this for you. But no, that's not what Zach and Jen's conversation sounded like. But 1,000,000%, that's what theirs would have sounded like. That's why we love them. I love them so much.
I said, acting like Whitney did something wrong, I'm out on Zach and Jen.
Zach. Ball sack. That's what we should start calling him. Zach.
Done.
After what?
You know what else I hated?
What?
That I thought was, like, so mean. So just cruel of Zach.
What?
The stuff when he was saying, like, all of social media is gonna know the type of person you are.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
And, like, I think she just wants everyone to know who you really are. What do you mean?
It's as if, like, oh my gosh. That's also manipulation.
That felt like he was attacking
That
her.
is like a verbal threat.
That is so mean.
That's so mean.
That is, you are just going to the dinner to insult her?
That is so mean. I'm going to make sure people find out who you really are. And it's like how they went on live too and talked about her and all of this and how she's like, I won't be voting for Whitney, blah, blah,
Correct.
blah. And she's like, this is, and Zach was like, but we're not telling people who to vote for. And she's like, yeah, but you're telling people who to not vote for. And that means something.
Yep.
And so now, obviously, they're going to go and not vote for her. Mm-hmm. And then what happened the next week? She got eliminated.
Her experience.
Absolutely. She would have went on to the finale if stuff like that wouldn't have happened. When the season came out.
Yeah, no, Jen bullied Whitney out of the finale.
It's just heartbreaking, dude. Heartbreaking. Yeah. I don't know. What else?
And they thought they were eating, too. They thought they were cooking. They thought they were going to come out of the season.
And being be the heroes. Mm-hmm. Get the hero arc of the season.
But no, you guys just looked really mean.
You look really mean. Mean girl energy.
Yes, don't be mean like that again, okay?
No, okay? We're telling you just once.
Just do not be mean like that again, and we'll let it slide.
We'll let it slide, okay? But we need to see the character development. Mm-hmm. Back to character development.
We only talk about the facts here. And you guys were being mean.
You guys were being a little mean. Little meanies, okay?
Okay.
But then I think that's when they go to the spa.
Oh, wait. I got one more thing on this section. I was so heated in this section.
No, what?
And then Whitney has to leave because she is so emotionally unwell at this conversation. And she grabs her things and she looks at Zach and she says, let me see, I wrote it down. And she says, I wish you guys the best. And leaves.
And the way she says it, too, I remember just sounded so defeated.
Defeated and also, like, genuine.
She wishes no ill will towards these people. It's just they are so mad at her for no reason, and it's really because of jealousy at the end of the day. It's all just jealousy. Mm-hmm. It's so sad.
Whitney's like, we could all win if you want.
Yeah. And they're like, no.
No, only one.
Only one of us can be the cool winner today. Just makes no sense to me. So poor Whitney. Poor Whitney. I am on Whitney's side on that one, if you guys can't tell. Mm-hmm. So...
then I wrote Layla's doctor needs to lose their license. Yeah. Oh, now they're in the spa. That must be my first.
Can I say one thing about that?
Oh, yes.
So, when they're in the pool and they're talking about how Layla is really skinny, like Layla brings up that she's so skinny, her bones knock together and it hurts and stuff.
Yeah. And
I feel like Layla wasn't ready to share that she was addicted to semaglutides. And Jessie shared it anyways.
You think?
Well, did you see? Layla didn't bring it up. And when Jessie brought it up, you can see because the way that Jessie's saying it is like, I'm telling you guys, like, this is what she's referring to. Like, Jessie was like, you need to tell them almost. Like, she said, if I remember correctly, it was like, well, do you think it's the semaglutide you're taking all the time? Like, she said something like that. Where it was, like, very obvious that she's telling the audience. And then you just see Layla's face.
You don't think Layla was prepared
for that? If you look at Layla's face after she says that, I don't know for sure.
Right when she, like, turned.
And that's when she just starts to break down. She's like, everybody's going to know now. Like, I can't hide this from the world now. And then, obviously, like, you can just see it in Layla's face. I could just, And I feel really bad for her because that's obviously something that is very personal and you want to share that. Mm-hmm. And having somebody else share it is really, like... I don't know. It takes away the power from you almost. I don't know. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a really hard time wrapping my head around the healthcare professionals in this situation.
They need to get their license taken away. Mm-hmm. You should not be administering drugs to a single individual if you're giving a 99-pound, 5'10" woman semaglutides.
Ooh, I also wrote that I hate... I hate that people think that motivation can, like, overcome mental health.
Yeah.
Like, saying things like, you have to do it for your kids. And it's like, that honestly is kind of an insane pressure to put on somebody and an added stress because, like, if you're going through something so personal like this, it doesn't have to do with that, you know?
No.
Like, she is showing up for her kids. She loves her kids. She's doing her responsibilities for her kids. She is not showing up for herself. That is the problem.
Exactly.
So saying things like, do this for your kids.
It's like, no, you should just do it for yourself.
It's not going to clock in her brain that way.
It's not. I also wish that they would stop that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's all I had about that. But it really broke my heart seeing Layla like that. I love our girl Layla. I'm a Layla stan. Whatever she does. I also saw that she posted something recently about how she went to treatment and she has obviously gotten healthier. She posted a transformation video. She is incredible. We love her.
We love her.
We love her.
Let's see. Then I gotta know this Bachelorette thing was quite the experiment. Shania better realize she is dumb when she watches this back.
Period. Because what the hell was that? What the hell was that, girl? That was embarrassing.
See.
That was very embarrassing.
Production wasn't letting her miss the plane. Okay,
Wait, hold on. So that's when Dakota goes to Taylor's house, and it shows 15 hours before she leaves, and then you see her, and then you see him leave, and it says like 4 hours until she leaves, and that is when he's in the interview, and I swear to God, he is the weirdest I've ever seen him in an interview.
Something maniacal is happening.
So he seemed really
like
out of it.
Yeah.
So then he's like, this is the last time I could see her. This is like the last time I could kind of just say my piece and all this, right? But then he says the same thing when he calls her when she is driving to the airport.
Yeah, because he had the lines memorized.
It's like you're repeating what you, like, that's why you went over to her house, but then you're saying you're calling her so that you can, this is your last time that you'll ever get to talk to her. He literally says the same thing. I'm like,
my God.
Just seems like he's really out of it, but.
Yeah, a little out of it.
But then, yeah, that's when they arrive at the airport, and I just felt so bad for those kids that had to witness that.
Okay. Can we not say things in front of the children anymore?
It blew my mind how casual they were with saying stuff
and that was Macy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, literally, they walk up, and Macy goes, she slept with Dakota last night.
And the kids are there.
Right there. And I think how old is she, 9 now?
Yeah, something like that.
I think she might understand some context of what that means.
Absolutely. And then also the casualness of Aspen specifically, and the mom,
yes.
and Leanne, talking about, she's like just talking about Taylor and Dakota just in a way in front of the kids that they're just so casual about it. You can tell they talk like that all the time. Yep. It's really heartbreaking for me.
I don't like that in front of the kids
with the
all.
kids. That's
Makes
really
me really
sad.
Uncomfortable.
That's really sad. But that's pretty much all I had in my notes. But
okay, plane,
so then it
here, wait. In front of the kids.
It ends where she gets on the plane and is like, I might be pregnant.
Didn't we say that, like, we thought that she was laying, like, foreshadowing of that throughout the season already? Yeah. No, she's not pregnant.
She's not pregnant.
She loves clout. This show loves a cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. We can leave it at that. We won't ever have any resolution. Well, we know she's not pregnant. And we won't have any resolution because she's blissfully out of our lives. Mm-hmm. He's blissfully out of our lives. Please. Please.
Can we please not with any of this?
Yep. Let's cut it. They lost you enough money, and we're done.
I just can't with it.
Yeah.
I love all the girls. Let's keep Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Let's kick off the two most problematic people of all time, and I would be happy. I'd be more than happy.
You know what we didn't do?
Our pyramid.
We didn't do our pyramid.
So wait, let's do a really quick speed run.
Okay, speed pyramid.
Okay, so
we're putting Taylor at the bottom. Of course. Okay, and then
no explanation needed on that one. Then we have Jen.
Yep, I would put Jen there.
Just because pretty self-explanatory as well. I mean,
we really went into it.
Yeah, I'm just not here for that. Next I would probably put Jessie maybe. I don't know.
I would put Jessie.
I love Jessie so much, but she just stayed stagnant with Jordan.
We really got a good amount of, like, middle green flags of the girls this season, honestly.
For sure.
Jessie, it's not really a dig.
No, we love you,
Jessie.
You
just stirred the pot a good amount.
Yeah, and it's just, we need you to leave Jordan, which we actually just found out you did, so we love that for you.
Well, but kind of.
Just maybe. Based off of...
We don't know the details.
We don't, but just based off this season is where we're ranking you guys right now. So...
And then, let's see. Okay.
And I would probably say...
Who?
Layla.
Okay.
I don't know. I might get canceled for this.
I think it's really hard to decipher between this next group of girls, and I would maybe agree with Layla just from the, like... her relaying the information about Taylor and Dakota in the first episode to Miranda. Mm-hmm. Like, some of that felt very, like, and I don't know, but it kind of felt like she was trying to induce a big emotional response from Miranda and trying to kind of spring it on her.
Absolutely.
And so maybe we could kind of tie her in with Jesse a little bit in the we love you, but maybe
love you,
you
Layla.
were stirring the pot just a little bit.
Just a little bit, and also same for Jessie too, because she was the one that was really stirring the pot with the Taylor Shania Dakota thing. I mean, Dakota is at fault 100%, but I don't know anyways. So, yeah, I agree with Layla probably being next.
Okay, let's see.
We love you though, Layla. I love you. So then next, who do we have left?
We have Miranda, Michaela, Macy,
Okay.
and Whitney.
Okay, so I would probably say Macy.
Macy? Mm-hmm. Why do you say Macy?
I loved Macy this season, but I don't know.
Maybe just a little bit of like the guilt surrounding people's absence from her events.
Yeah,
I don't know.
See, I like Macy though because she posted later that
that's true.
That obviously it was all production forced to have people be mad that people weren't at places. Yeah. So, no hard feelings on the next 4 or the next
for real.
The top 7. So
this
Jessie,
honestly,
Taylor, or Jess. Oh, sorry, Jessie, Layla, Macy, Miranda, Michaela, Whitney.
You're just you're mid tier, or we have a mid tier.
Exactly.
We have our bottom. I would say Taylor and Jen are kind of our bottom, and then we have our mid tier.
Yeah.
Who are our happy? You guys were.
Absolutely.
We're good, and then we have our shining star.
Our shining star.
Our shining star as always.
So next I have Michaela.
Yeah, I think Michaela makes sense.
Michaela, because then Macy, Michaela, I really loved seeing the growth of her choosing herself and the separation with Jace.
Yes.
Really proud of her for that.
And then we would go
Miranda. I love Miranda.
I want more.
We make Miranda the Bachelorette. Or Layla. I would love to see Layla as the Bachelorette as well. I think that'd be really fun.
I just want so much more Miranda.
Me too.
Yeah.
Why would Layla be really fun to watch as a Bachelorette? Because, like I said earlier, Miranda's not fully divorced.
So true.
But I would love to see Layla.
Yeah, just more Layla.
More Layla, more Miranda. I really enjoyed it.
I think that's my 2 biggest suggestions here.
Yeah. And Miranda, too, this season, she kind of had to play both teams a little bit with the Shania thing. And obviously we see
this
next
poor
season
woman
that
is put in the middle of
over.
everyone's things.
Yep. So at the top,
crazy.
That means
we put Whitney.
We have our shining star Whitney that we love.
We love her so much. I know you guys are shocked.
Shocking.
We never talk about how obsessed we are with her. Yeah.
I just love Whitney. I think it was really fun to watch her this season, and I really enjoyed this season other than the Taylor Dakota drama. I think that really just pulled down the show. I didn't like it, but I did enjoy seeing other people's lives because it's almost like Keeping Up with the Kardashians where it's there doesn't have to be some groundbreaking drama every episode. It's
I'm just interested in you guys.
In your life and just seeing how you guys do your, how you promote yourselves, whatever.
I actually get actively annoyed and stop watching when it gets to
that much drama.
Yeah, just over the top.
Hulu, please listen to this. Please.
So hopefully moving forward, we have a bit less chaos.
And more just kind of fun and lightheartedness and seeing what they're up to. It's I could care less.
Yeah.
About the drama.
She really said it.
We really could care less. I couldn't care less about the drama. I couldn't care less about the drama, but you know us, so... I have had so much fun doing these episodes.
I have too. I'm really excited to keep going. We have yet to decide what our next plan is.
Yes, please let us know if you have any suggestions now that The Bachelorette got canceled.
You know what? Maybe we shall...
We have the Hannah Montano thing. We have the Call Her Daddy interview. We have a lot going on.
That's what I was going to say, the Call Her Daddy.
We'll probably next week just kind of go over, just some small little tidbits. We'll see what happens with this Taylor and Dakota drama. Yeah, so we'll know more as the time goes on. But if you have any suggestions that you want us to recap.
We're pretty much looking to fill the space before Vanderpump Villa, right?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming along on our first 3 episodes.
I seriously had so much fun. I can't wait to do it next time. And we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
You can find more of us on TikTok and Instagram at We Could Care Less Pod and watch these episodes on YouTube at We Could Care Less Podcast.